How do you become a multimillionaire? How do you build a multi-million-dollar business using Chat GPT 3? Well, all you have to do is create something with Chat GPT 3 that you can sell for $20, and you can find 8,333 people to buy it from you, and you've got $2 million. It's that easy. But wait a second, what are you going to use? How are you going to use ChatGPT 3 to create something? Well, you got to dig a little deeper. There's other elements of OpenAI than ChatGPT 3. There's DALL-E, and then there's Codex. And that's the one we want to talk about, Codex. If you can learn how to use Codex, I can make you a multimillionaire, build you a multi-million-dollar business in a matter of months. Stay with me. I'm going to show you how my mind works.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
We all know about ChatGPT 3. It's writing college student term papers, and Harvard and Princeton are all up in arms about it. We got to stop this, just like they wanted to stop the calculator back when I was a sophomore in high school. That's not fair. You come to math class with a calculator. You're supposed to do that in your head. No, wait, but we got past that. But that's not going to make you a multimillionaire. No, I learned this yesterday. We have a stock talk. That is, the members of my tribe get together on Friday and we talk about the stock market. And we got into ChatGPT 3, and Kevin raised his hand and says, I've been working with it for the last 2 months, and I'm building a program that's going to do my stock trading for me from this point on. I said, what do you mean by that, Kevin? He says, well, I'm building an algorithm that is going to take about 1,500 stocks and analyze them against about 20 indicators, and then come back to me and tell me which stocks I should buy. And then beyond that, I'm going to hook it up to my E-Trade account, and it's going to actually do the trades for me, so I don't even have to pay attention. It will just automatically do the trades for me. And I said, Kevin, it sounds like you're building, or you're talking about, a quantum trading program that is used by the largest hedge funds in the world. I didn't know you were a coder. I didn't know that you had the ability to write code like that and build such an algorithm. He said, well, neither did I, until I asked ChatGPT 3, can you help me build an algorithm that will help me make smart decisions on stock trading? And ChatGPT answered, yes, I can do that for you. And he said, so for 2 months, I've been asking it questions, and it kicks in its codex, not Kodak, but codex, and it writes the code. And then I ask it to test it, and it comes back and says, no, you made a mistake here, you made a mistake there. And we're honing in that we will have a algorithm. He says, I'll start with just a couple $100, and I'll keep it to small trades, and I'm going to test it until I get it to work. I said, well, come on, Kevin, you can't do that. Do you have a background in writing code? No. He says, I know absolutely nothing about it. Codex is doing it for me. And he says, then I'm going out on the internet and seeing what kind of code is behind some of the graphing programs, and I'm clicking that little squiggly line, on the side that makes their code show up, and then I just copy and paste it and add it to my algorithm. I said, you can do that? He said, yeah, I can. Anybody can do that. I didn't know that, and I'll bet you that 98% of the people in the world have no idea you can do that. So I went to bed, and I just thought about what Kevin was doing. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I said, holy crap, Kevin's going to build an app. Kevin's going to build an app and put it on my computer and on my phone, And it's going to give me the ability to trade like what he's talking about. He's going to build an app. And then he's going to take that app and he's going to put it in Google Store. And then he's going to put it on the Apple App Store. And they're going to make money off of his app. Apple charges 27%. Google charges 15%. So Apple and Google are going to make money off of Kevin's genius. Holy crap. That's very interesting. Where is Kevin going to get that data that he's going to need to make those decisions? Well, that's all owned by Google and Microsoft and Apple. Well, how's Kevin going to promote his app so he makes the world aware of it? Well, he's probably going to have to advertise it on Google and Facebook because they've got the IP addresses of everybody who's interested in trading stocks. So they'll make money off of Kevin's app by selling advertising. And then as that happens, that's going to put pressure on all the computer transmission, the cloud. It's going to put a pressure on that, and that's going to cause the data sources to need more computing power and more speed. That's NVIDIA. That's who's going to benefit from Chat GPT 3 and Codex and OpenAI. Those are the companies who are going to profit. And wait a second, if Kevin can build an app with no knowledge whatsoever about coding, if he can build an app, I can build an app. I can build an app on how to buy the best and what's the best price today on rare whiskeys. I can build that app, and I can put it on Google Play and Apple Store, and I can charge $20 a month to 8,333 people, and I can build a $2 million business. Holy crap. Maybe you've got an idea. Maybe, and you don't know how to write code. How many people are there out there that have an idea that say, I can make this app? How many doctors are thinking right now, if I could write code around what I know, I could put an app that would help people control their diabetes, control their stomach problems. How about lawyers? Maybe they could write an app so that they don't need all those law clerks anymore. Maybe they could write an app. That's going to flood the app stores. That's going to make everybody have the ability to become a multimillionaire because they don't have to go and learn how to write code. They can just go to OpenAI and let OpenAI write the code for them. So we all can now build apps. And if we can all build apps, that's going to put tremendous strain on the data, the people who own the data, Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. So their businesses are going to grow. So I need to invest there. And then NVIDIA's got to get the chips out. And all this artificial intelligence is going to put tremendous play on the people who build semiconductors. So maybe that's who I need to invest in. Wait a second. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is basically saying that everybody is now going to be an inventor. And any dream that they have of how to make the world a better place that involves code and building an app on the internet can now do that. Holy crap. I read this book. Peter, I can't pronounce his last name, Diamandis. Yes, I was on one of his webinars about 2 months ago, and Peter made the statement that in the next 15 years, there's going to be so much change that it would be equal to the change that has occurred, that if Thomas Jefferson was transported from 1776 to 2023, the change that we're going to see in the next 15 years would equal the change that Thomas Jefferson would see from his transport of 1776. My God, can you imagine that? If he's even close to right. What happens when you and I and everybody else has the ability to write and create an app that can change the world? This would be comparable to me. It would be comparable to Henry Ford making automobiles available to everybody. And everybody put their horse in the barn and got in a car. And for the first time, people could travel outside of their city. And then Orville and Wilbur invented the airplane. And the first time, we could cross the pond in something other than a boat. That's going to change. Those are enormous changes in the world. And this OpenAI and Codex are going to do the same thing. They are going to empower the people to take control of the internet. And your ability to generate income is only going to be limited by your imagination. That's what's going to happen. And who is going to profit the most from it? When Henry built the automobile, who profited the most? Ford Motor Company or Standard Oil? You bought one car, you kept it for 10 years or 5 years or 2 years, but you put gas in it at least once a week. So who's the fuel for this change in the internet? It's all built around data. Who owns the data? Who's the gas that's going to drive my app? Well, it's the people who own the data. And that's Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. I think that covers it. So maybe that's who I need to be investing in. And maybe I need to invest in myself and build an app. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Wow. I'm not very good at a lot of things, but I think I'm damn good at connecting the dots. And when Kevin last night on our Stock Talk started telling me what he was doing, my mind started racing. And then when I woke up at 3 o'clock in this morning, I said to myself, wow, I think I just figured something out. I heard everybody complaining about, oh, this Chat GPT, it's going to ruin our universities and our education system. And it goes off on all these tangents. There was an article in the New York Times yesterday that just belittled it and said it's terrible, just like they belittled Google search and back in the early 90s. Nobody likes change, but change is what creates opportunity, and opportunity has just hit you square in the face. Yeah, you have a choice right now. Am I going to become a multimillionaire or not? That's your choice. Am I going to create an app or not? Am I going to learn Codex or not? That's your choice, and it is your choice. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm 78 years old, and I just come here every morning and share my knowledge with you. What I just shared with you could change your life if you got the courage. And then, if you want to sit in on a conversation like I did yesterday, what you'll do is go to the link inside the description, and you'll find our Discord. And you'll become a member of our tribe. And you'll be exposed to knowledge like this. What happened as a result of this, Kevin went into very good detail, and Larry raised his hand and made a comment, I'm doing the same thing. He says, in addition to that, I wrote a love song for Thanksgiving on Chat GPT that I sang to my wife. And then Trent raised his head and said, I'm doing something like that relative to the SPX. And I said, why don't the three of you get together and discuss this and work together to make it better? Got an email then from Kevin and said, remember that guy who used to come to our meetings and he was an AI guy, lived somewhere in the Northeast or California? I said, yeah, I regularly remember him, but I don't remember his name. He said, we need to find him and get him in our group. John's going to join him as well. And we need to explore this further so that we all can work together to build this algorithm. It was me last night at 3 o'clock that said, this needs to be an app. And they need to put a monthly price of $20 on it and find 8,333 people who'd like to have access to it on a monthly basis, and they'll have a $2 million business. Hell, if they can get 83,000 people, they'll have what? A $20 million business? Look, the only thing that is going to keep you from becoming a multimillionaire is you. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm here to help you make better investment decisions. To learn how to keep more of what you make by understanding our tax code, you need to incorporate this business. And then to build family wealth. To build a wealth stock that you can pass on to your heirs. That's my objective. What's your objective? Come talk next Friday at our Stock Talk. Be talking to you again soon, I'm quite sure.